COVID symptoms. And everybody knows from 2019 to now, there's been coronavirus, right? Hi everyone, it's your girl Empress Kel. I am Walt and so are you. Before you go any further in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is story time with Empress Kel. So one day I had to get off the ship because I was having COVID symptoms, and everybody knows from 2019 to now, there's been coronavirus, right? And I was being quarantined for 14 days. But my ship was going out to sea, so it was like they had like 4 days left, and I got a call. Pinnock, we need you on the ship. I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, it's 4 days. Like, do you really need me? But yeah. So they said they need me, and I was like, okay. They're like, we're gonna ELO you in, and I'm like, ELO me in? You know, I've heard so many bad things about going into a helicopter, and I was like, no, can I take the boat instead? They started laughing. They're like, no, Pinnock, you're gonna get ELO'd in. And I literally had a whole panic attack. Like, I started shaking. I ran and sat in the corner. I was trembling, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I already hate flying. Now they're gonna ELO me in, and I hear that the helicopter's crash rate is so high, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. So yeah, I got up, I went, I packed my bag, and I went on base, and I met a bunch of civilians, and I was gonna be ELO'd with them in onto the ship. And I was so scared. I was quiet. They were offering me lunch. I'm like, no, I don't want anything to eat. I just want to get this over with. We drove to the place where the helicopter was, and when I was there, I was just so quiet. I was texting all my friends, calling all my friends, telling them how scared I am, asking them like, have they ever been in a helicopter? What do they think about it? I called my recruiter. I was talking to him. I'm like, I'm scared. He's like, you'll be okay. This is a great opportunity. A lot of people don't get to go in an helicopter. And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't want to be the one doing it. And he was like, you'll be okay. So I'm like, no, I will not be okay. And everybody was there, was so excited, and I was like freaking out, like completely freaking out. And so here we go. We're on the helicopter, and I was like freaking out. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. And I was thinking about all the worst things that could ever happen. And we took off. And I was like, oh, okay. I could do this. This is all right. And honestly, it was the best ride of my life. Like, I had so much fun. I did not want it to end. It was a smooth takeoff. Like, they said the taking off part would have been the worst part. It was the best part. Like, we was going over San Diego, and I was getting to see San Diego from above. And I'm telling you, it was so fun. Like, I had so much fun. It was so peaceful. And then this thought came to me: eyes have not seen nor ears have heard what the Lord has in store for you. Have I not told you that I am going to take you to places? I'm going to give you experiences. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before men. And these thoughts were just coming over and over in my head, and I'm like, I started crying. I started crying. I'm a big baby. I love to cry. I literally started crying. And when I finally got to the ship and we land on the ship, I land on a ship. Oh my God, that was so cool. It was so cool. I just got out the helicopter and I started running towards the ship, and everybody was like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, what's going on? The pilot said, when you get out, hold your head down and go. So I was just holding my head down and go. They're like, no, no, no. So I had to turn back and I had to wait for them to escort me. So I was escorted. Like, oh my God, it was so much fun. And everybody on the ship has a story about me. Oh, I almost got my head chopped off. And they were laughing at me. And then this guy came up to me. He was like, man, were you the one on the helicopter? I said, yeah. He's like, man, I want to go on the ELO. You don't know how rare that is. That is like 3% of people in the Navy will ever do that. And I stopped there and I was just smiling. I was like, 3%. Look at that. 3% of people. Like, I made 3% in boot camp. 3% of people ever be in the ELO. And I'm like, look at God. Look at God. Oh my God, I was just in awe. I was like, 3%. I'm in the top 3%. And honestly, I learned a big lesson that day. I learned a big lesson about fear. Fear, oh my God. Fear has robbed us and crippled us so many times of so many things that we could have accomplished or achieved. Like, I've never been in a helicopter. I've only heard stories, but I was so terrified to the fact that I had a panic attack. And that's how fear works. Like, fear you could either use fear as a motivation or you could allow it to cripple you. Like, most times, like when you're in a situation or you find yourself in a situation, ask yourself, am I afraid because of what I've heard? Or is this an experience that I've had before? Most times it's not even an experience that you've had before. It's just something that you've heard and you were afraid to even try. So don't let what nobody say to you. Like, I still want to do skydiving, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm still afraid. But at least now I know I can get into the helicopter and I could go up, you know? At least I accomplished that part of it. And I just want to say, like, do not let fear stop you from doing anything that you want to do. It's false. It's really false. Like, I could have missed out on a great experience because I was too afraid to even try or to get on the ELO. Like, I was planning all these things in my head that I'm going to plan that I'm sick, I'm going to pass out on purpose, I'm going to do all these things so I don't go on that helicopter. Right, but I was so happy that I actually did it. Like, do not let fear cause you to do anything that you do not want to do. And do not allow fear to stop you from doing things that you want to do. I promise you, you will not regret that. Fear will cripple you, or it can excel you into where you need to be. And I really learned that. I learned that lesson just by being brave enough to go on that ELO that day. I'm telling you, man, I wish everybody could have that experience. It was so great. It was so beautiful. It was so peaceful. It was so calm and smooth. It is definitely better than being in an airplane. I can promise you that. But that was a great experience for me, and I really wanted to share it, and I really wanted to expand on the lesson that I learned. So listen, you better go do whatever you was staying away from doing because you was too afraid to try. You better do it. You see, my little cup said, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So, man, you better get up and go do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever let nobody talk you out of something. If you believe in your heart that that's what you're supposed to be doing, then do it. You're like, oh, no. They're just telling you that because they are too afraid to do it themselves. But remember that your vision is your vision. It's not everybody's vision. So most times we're letting other people's vision to cloud our vision of who we are. And that has nothing to do with you. That's what they think about themselves. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. Enjoy every moment. I have these little things in my home to just remind me of how to live, because sometimes we forget, like life is so hectic and so tiresome, like we forget how to live. Like I have an itch just now, Emma. We forget how to live, but don't let nothing or anyone, I don't care who they are, it could be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, because most time it's our family and our friends that keep us from doing things that we are supposed to be doing. But don't let anyone do that. Like I'm wearing my shirt, I am wealth, and at the back it said, who are you? And who are you? Who are you to you? Not to what the world tell you that you are, not to who social media tell you that you are, not to who the internet tell you that you are, not to what the television tell you that you are. Who are you to you, baby girl, baby boy? Like, you better go get it. You better go get whatever the world already took from you and made you feel like you couldn't do it, because you can. And remember, every day is a new day. Like, you get to start over every single day. And my favorite Bible scripture is Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plan I have for you, declares the Lord. Plan to prosper you, to give you hope and a future, not to harm you. Like, God already knows the plan he has for you. He already know what beautiful life you're going to live. Your life and story is already written. But every day you delay yourself, you don't get to see that beautiful life, Every day you stop and worry about what the world is gonna say, what the world is gonna think. Like, when I wanted to start my channel, it took me almost 1 year to actually post an actual video, because I was just too afraid. But now I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me because I believe I need to be more confident. I believe that I need to use my voice, because I've always been so silent and afraid to speak up for myself and afraid to even say anything. Most times I'll be in the back, quiet, watching everybody talk and do whatever, but I'll never be the one that step forward and speak up. But now I want to do that, because hey, why not? It's my life and I get to choose what people are around me and what they say. And well, I don't get to choose what they say now, but I do get to choose if I accept it. Listen, don't allow fear to rob you of anything else. I'm gonna do my best, and I know I'm gonna mess up again and be afraid again, but I won't allow fear to rob me of anything else. All right, so you don't. Like, I'll mess up and I'll be afraid, but I'm gonna try, and I want you to try too. All right, promise me you're gonna try. Okay. And I hope you made it to the end of this video, and if you did, leave a comment and tell me something that fear has robbed you of, and because of fear you did not do it. And remember that I am wealth, so are you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel, Empress Kel. Peace. I'm out. Bye.